Happy Friday on this December 5th, 2025. I did say September. I did say December today. Definitely not November. So maybe my brain's reset. Thank you so much for checking in. This is going to be hopefully a quick one on this Friday. It is cold outside. Had to run an errand this morning and it's let's see, it's 20 degrees Fahrenheit at the moment, which Celsius-wise is -6 degrees. So we are 12 degrees below zero, and it feels like it. But the sun's out. It's beautiful, but boy, it's cold. You definitely want to bundle up. So, but we're still, I think, 16 days out from winter officially starting. So here we are, and the weekend is upon us. Let's see. Looking back in history today, in 1893 was the day that Canada's first electric car debuted. This is sort of an interesting story. So it was called the Featherstonehaugh. The Featherstonehaugh? I mean, I'm hooked on phonics, people. It's a lot of vowels. If it were on Wheel of Fortune and you picked a vowel, you'd do okay. Built in Toronto by Dixon Carriage Works in 1893, commissioned by lawyer Frederick Featherstonehaugh, and featuring Stills batteries and a 4-horsepower motor, marking an early Canadian foray into EV technology with features like electric lights and pneumatic tires long before modern EVs. And then it has the sources for this. It was designed by William Joseph Still and commissioned by an attorney who had a fully electrified, one of the earlier ones to have a fully electrified house, which allowed him to charge the vehicle easily. And according to the sources that I read real close to this Google search, was the car was in use for about 10 years and then disappeared. But it's always interesting to look back and realize how long the electric car has actually been a thing. It didn't start with Tesla. That's the point. Or at least it didn't start with Elon Musk's Tesla. So anyway, interesting factoid. So what do we got going on? Well, it's been quite a week. And today I've got a revised website coming out later today. Hopefully it's about 70% done. And we should be able to get that over the finish line today and put that out, which I'm excited about, because I think it's going to, better represent what we're doing here. I've figured out kind of a package that I want to offer. I'm a little nervous about it because it's a great deal. I mean, it's a really, really great deal. So I got to run some numbers on whether I can actually do this deal beyond a certain point. I may limit it to a certain number of customers. But I think it's a great offer, and I think it's something that would be very attractive. So I'm going to do some more thought on that before making that public. But definitely getting a lot of momentum behind media production, which is, it's just top of mind for everybody. Everyone's trying to break through, and the conversations around that are very different than the conversations around, do you need better feedback on your team? I can tell you that's a very different energy. So, although the feedback on the team is super important, and I will forever help teams with that in some form or fashion. But there's lots of different aspects of communication that we can help with. And so I'm excited for that. And otherwise just need to be patient. These things tend to work in spurts. So you'll have this exciting day or an exciting meeting, and it feels like the clouds parted. And then an hour later, you could be dealing with some very tedious or bothersome thing that makes you feel like your little celebration was far too premature or not warranted. And I think, it's important to just be it's funny, you want to celebrate wins, but I don't like to get too ecstatic because I don't want the highs to be high and I don't want the lows to be low. I want it to be sort of stop, appreciate, take a moment, be mindful, but also just keep going too. There's a certain stoicism, I think, that plays well into long journeys of building something. And so, again, I'm not arguing that we ignore or diminish these moments that we should absolutely celebrate when we get a new client, when we get something done that's really big, get an opportunity. But I've learned that after every big up, there's a bit of a crash, even if nothing new happens. It's sort of like this emotional crash if I get too high. And so, moderation and moderating, the emotional landscape is, I think it's just really valuable and something that I think about quite a bit. So going into this weekend, what can we be mildly happy about? Yeah, I think that's pretty much what I got. We're at 6 minutes, and I think that's enough going into the weekend. So I hope you have a great rest of your day wherever you are. A great weekend. Give us a good like on Apple if you can. And of course, as always, be good to yourself and others, and we will be checking back with you very soon. Bye-bye for now.